sir, and Mr. Anand Kulkarni is also there. And apart from that, welcome all the students and participants and the rest of the distinguished faculty. Good morning to all.
Good morning.
Yes. Myself, Rajesh Raina, and I'm the trainer over here at SCC Online. And together with me, I have in my team Mr. Chetan Singhil and Mr. Mohit Singh. So we'll be conducting this training session for the benefit of all the students. Now I think that the batches are it's a mixed batch presence that we have over here. Kulkarni,
yes, sir. It's a mixed batch.
Okay. So we'll keep it maybe basic as well as a little bit of intermediate as far as the training is concerned. So if the students, a lot of students will be already using the software. So if the students have any specific query vis-a-vis the usage and what all they look for in the software on this platform, I just want to just have a quick inquisitiveness I have that how they use it and what all their queries could be. If there are any, we can just in the beginning itself, we'll just pick that up.
Namaste, sir. Rajesh,
Namaste,
sir.
ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
This is Vinita. I'm a student of second semester LLB.
Yes.
And I think it would be great if you could just give an introduction itself, because most of the students might have just crossed over the SCC for some references, but we are still very amateur at that, and hence that is what we look forward to also as a part of understanding about it.
No issues, ma'am. Definitely, I can understand for everybody. It's at any given point of time, it's just the beginning, and no doubt, once you are into the system, then it's going to be the very cruising kind of a thing, very easy and very helpful tool for all the students over here as far as the legal research is concerned. So let me just quickly share the screen with you, and then I'll start the session. Just anybody from the audience, kindly let me know whether you're able to view the screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we
Yes,
can
sir.
see.
Okay, thank you. So first thing first, once you are at this on this home page, that is www.scconline.com, the home page, you will find the login area as well as the data coverage. Now, let me just start quickly with the data coverage, where we are covering Supreme Court cases of India from 1950 till date. All right. So that is one, the prominent one. Then, of course, the rest of all the other databases also are exhaustively, taken care of here. That is the Federal Court as well as the Privy Council. So you will find these from 1872 till 1950 over here. Then you also notice that there are certain publications like Indian Appeals or Law Weekly, which are in bold. And there is a true print also mentioned over here. We'll talk about that later. These are those publishers with whom we have, tied up properly. We have a tie up with them. Then coming to the high courts, we have all the high courts and very select few district courts also. Then the historical trials before the independence, those are also kept over here, and tribunals and commissions comprising of maybe Competition Commission of India, APTEL, ITAT, IPAB, and SEBI, TRI, all those tribunals, CERC, these are all available to you, and CBRC, RERA, etc. Then followed by that, we have the statutory law. That is the principal, the central act, main act, Then the state acts, the rules, regulations, circulars, notifications, and instructions, bills in parliament, and constitutional orders made by the president. Those are also available. Then you have the Indian secondary material, which comprises of Constituent Assembly debates. The entire Constituent Assembly debates from volume 1 to 12 are available to you. Then we have various reports of commission committees, and it's a very always growing. I mean, every time. So you can see these many, including the Law Commission reports from pre-independence till the current one, the present ones. And as you can see on the bottom, it's showing these new. So these are all new inclusions that we have done recent past. Then we have the legal articles from the leading publishers, including SCC Online and the leading national law universities and other institutions. So these articles are also very important read. Then treaties, bilateral, multilateral, and the historical trials. And of course, policy documents from various departments of the ministries of Government of India and Tagore Law lectures, the entire series. That's what we have all subscribed, which hasn't subscribed at your college. Now coming to the login. Once you click on the login, you have to make sure that you are getting this IP login over here. If it is not showing IP login, that means you have not access to your college server, and therefore you will not be able to access the software. So make sure that IP login is appearing apart from the user login. Now there are new students who will be accessing it for the first time. So they will have to do one extra step once only, that is to register. For first timer, they have to register. So on the bottom, there is a link, register here. You'll click on that. You'll enter your name, your ID, which will be your email ID, then your name, full name, and then click on register and login. The next screen, it will prompt you to enter the year of passing. Some will pass maybe in 23 or 24, or senior ones, maybe 22. So accordingly, you will put the year, and for the faculty, they can just skip. There is a skip button also, option also available. So this is a one-time process of registration. Once that is done, then you will simply next time around enter your ID, which is already registered, and click on the login now button. So this way you will get access to the databases. Now the first screen that you'll see comprises of 3 segments, and it's known as a SCC Online dashboard. These 3 segments are Research Plus, My Library, and Links. Research Plus is the one where you will do your, query-based search, party name-wise or citation-wise search, or an absent section-wise search. Whereas the My Library section is like what you have in your college. Physical library. Here we have a e-library, electronic library, which comprises of these many topics, titles, and you click and you will be able to view the document. So it's like a click and view kind of a segment or a section. Now coming to the third one, that is links. It gives links to the external website. So our focus will be on the first 2 mainly, right? So let me start with the Research Plus, where you'll be doing your legal research most of the time. And there will be times when you are using, free search engines also, free portals also, like maybe Vakil Bhavan or maybe Google itself. So let me show you the comparison here. If you do a legal research, say, for example, in say Google, what will you do? Suppose I am looking for a judgment. I am looking for judgments from Supreme Court of India on say defamation. So I'll type latest judgment from Supreme Court of India on defamation. That's it. So I have entered this query over here in this search area, and then I start the search, and let's see how the results will look like. As the results are populating, you will see that it comprises of 3 columns. Whenever you give a search, whether it's a word search or find by party name, find by citation, you will get these standard, results in the format like all results in the first column. That will comprise of digest notes. That's our USP. That is the head notes, the summary. Then the judgments, again, you will wonder, oh, judgments are there, but which ones I want to access? So I want to access Supreme Court. So you should expand this. It will give you the breakup, Supreme Court. Then you want, okay, I want the Karnataka ones. So what will you do? You expand the High Court also and come down to your particular court for which you want to see the judgments. So all databases, wherever this definition is appearing in whether in an article or a constitutional document, all that is listed in the first column. And total number of results or documents is 119. Now in the result list, it's showing me the mix of all articles. Again, second one is article, and the third one is a Supreme Court judgment, right? And the text of this article in the result list is being displayed on the third column. So this is the kind of format you should understand, and then the rest of the things will be simpler, easier to understand. Now from here, I want to segregate. Say, suppose I want the Supreme Court only. So if you notice, whenever I point out my cursor to a particular database, only follows it. So suppose I want Supreme Court only, and right here you click on this only. The rest of the databases get deselected, and only Supreme Court is appearing now in the second column. That is the result list. From here, what my query was that I wanted the latest one. So we have inbuilt option of sorting. So you go to this sort by option. You can sort on the date wise first, or maybe sometimes you are interested in the largest quorum strength. All these 3-4 options are available. So let's for the present click on latest first. So it will show me the latest judgment on top. But remember, there are only 19 Supreme Court judgments and total results are 219. Why I'm emphasizing this is that you should please remember these numbers while we redo this query again, but the way it should be done in SCC. What I did earlier was something like a free search, like Google search, right? Where you have to enter all the descriptions, because in that particular search engine, you have so many verticals, you have so many databases. It's not only constrained or restricted to the legal thing, but over here we are having a specialized database. So we'll just simply pull out the earlier query, then remove the descriptive things like latest judgment from Supreme Court of India, and just only the main keyword, that is definition, I have keyed in. Then I'll click on the start search button. It leads to the results, and let's see the difference now. Earlier we had 219, now we have 9,201 results. So there's a huge difference between the two. This the bottom line is here is that the more you key in, the lesser results you get, and the lesser you key in, the more results you get. So your searching methodology should be such that should focus on the main keywords only. Don't go for the all the detailing, right? Because we have inbuilt all those tools like Supreme Court only. So I am done with it. Only Supreme Court will be shown displayed in the result list. Again, I'll sort by latest, and there I am. I've got the latest judgment from the Supreme Court of India on definition, and the results are there. 3rd June was matching, but the rest, there's so, I mean, you can understand 256 and 19 were the previous query when we did were the results. So such a huge difference over here. And as you can see, now coming back to the dashboard, from any of the screens results that you see, you should click on these 3.3 lines on top, the first icon that's known as dashboard. So we'll come back from any of the screens back to the dashboard by clicking on that. Moving ahead, word search. It was a very simple search that we performed. We did. Now, what if I have a descriptive query, as we were talking about earlier, that we should not enter the entire description, but focus on the main keywords. So same goes the case here, that I'm looking for judgments on what was a query like on the compensation part. A client wants compensation on deficiency of service, and it falls under the Consumer Protection Act, right? So everything is there. Now I'll just pinpoint the main keywords. So consumer protection was one. So I'll type. I do that. the rest of the sentence I'll not frame. I'll break this detailed query into main keywords. That is consumer protection. Then the other one is compensation and deficiency of service. So let me break it into three parts and do one step-by-step search, focus search. What it will do is it will first give me only judgments on consumer protection. And you might have noticed that I have put double inverted commas in the beginning and at the end. Why so? Because I want to search this particular phrase as a phrase, I mean, as a single word. So if I don't put the double inverted commas, so consumer in one para and protection will appear in some other para. I don't want that. So exact match, you should put it in double quotes, and then let's start the search. So I've done one search, basic search, where I'm just getting all the judgments on consumer protection. I've got the results. Now from here, if I want to now, narrow down, I'm doing a focus search since I will not search now in lakhs of judgments for the entire sentence because I have zeroed in on consumer protection. From here, I will do a search within search. So it will search within these 16,000. So just below the SCC Online logo, you'll find one search within search area. You can enter the next query over here, next step over here. So I'll just what I was looking for was deficiency of service. So I will just type that also over here. Again, being a phrase, I want to search that, as a single word. I'll put it in double inverted commas and I'll start search. So what it will do is it will search within the results. And again, I got the results 4868 over here. Then further, I am claiming the compensation. So I'll just type compensation over here and start the search. Thereby, it will search within these 4,800 only and narrow down further. This way I can keep on, narrowing it down till 6 steps. And in between, if I want to change or modify a step, I can do that. There is a cross button associated with each of the steps. You click on that cross button, it will remove that particular step, readjust the results, and then you can enter the modified step again in the search within search results. Right. So that is search within search option. Let me just move back to the dashboard. Similarly, there are a few more advanced features we'll touch later. Let's talk about some other options. Like we have this find by topic, which is similar to word search, but here you don't maybe you don't need to enter anything from the keyboard, since every topic is tabled over here, indexed over here by the editorial. So you have, say, administrative law, you have arbitration, aviation, and so on and so forth. It goes up to A to Z format. Now, if I suppose select one of the topics like administrative law, so under administrative law, there are so many other topics within that. That is administrative action, administrative appeal, judicial review, legitimate expectation, natural justice, promissory estoppel, etc. So if I select any one of the topics under administrative law, on the bottom there are options available to me whether I can search. By default, it searches in digest notes. Now, what is the digest note? Digest note is a summary or what you can call a law point or a gist or a digest note, as it is called. So by default, it is set for that, and it will give me the summary of all the Supreme Court digest notes on this legitimate expectation. But if I want the full text judgment also of Supreme Court, not only Supreme Court, but of the High Court or the tribunal as well, then I should choose the search everywhere option over here. Right. So it will search in all the databases. And by default, if you want to set this search preference, you should check box the save search preference. So next time when you log in into SCC, it will remember that preference. Right. And you can also search on the headings. So these are three different type of searches that we can perform over here. Let's talk about one more thing over here, that from the perspective of the students, and especially the ones who are new to the, just freshers or first year students, when first sem students, when you don't know that one particular topic is falling under not only one statute, it can fall under many statute lists. or what is the tree topic tree. You can come to know that by entering that topic over here. Suppose I type child custody, so I know it will come under the family and personal law, but I am able to see there is one more, that is conflict of laws and private international law. So there's something additional over here. So for my knowledge enhancement, I came to know. Same way, if I type police, what will happen? It's though generalized, you will automatically say criminal law as a general, thinking. But you'll find it in service law also, various police rules and manuals, and it will be involved in. Then human rights also, armed forces and police in action, etc. Then you'll find it in doctrines and maxims also. Then you'll find it in customs also. So there are rules. Then criminal law, of course, it is part of and armed forces also, where there is maybe the atrocities in action, etc. So you come to know about this topic tree also.
I'll just like to come in over here for a minute.
Yes. Yeah.
Why this is happening? This is the topic list first of all, and I'm sure the faculty member would know about this, that we have this AI manual which has different topics and the topic list around that. Similarly, other journals have their own topic list, which helps you to understand that this particular topic that you're looking for comes under which principal topic. So it helps you, searching or understanding the topic well. But now what we have done is SCC has its own ELE digest that is called as Supreme Court ELE digest. Now giving you only the topic tree of SCC, that would have been very easy. We have it, we could have just simply digitalized it and given to you. But to have a better understanding, to have a easy ease of search and have a better understanding of topics, what we have done is we have brought in all the possible manuals that are available in the market, including the AIR, and depending on their topic tree and the topic structures which are being put into a particular topic, we have amalgamated all of them. So when you're seeing police over here, it says armed forces, it says criminal law, it says custom and all stuff. Now, if you notice one thing, Mr. Raina, let's not go into the other just other thing. Just search for where only a police word is coming, only individual police is coming. So open the armed forces. So there's nothing in armed forces that's police, which are other things are also there, illegal detention and also there. So please collapse the armed forces. So the one topic is criminal law. Then this custom doesn't have anything related to police. It's something specific. So doctrine of police, nahi chahiye hame. We don't need this. Then we talk about human rights. No. And then we come to the service law. And in service law, please scroll down. Please scroll down further. So now you see there's a police in individual entry. So now if you actually look at it, police as a topic comes under two principal topics. One being the service law, other being the criminal law. So this is for the understanding like this. It doesn't really, can you scroll up? It doesn't really mean that it is coming in all the topics. No, it's not coming in all the headings. If you see, we've already seen it, all these topics had a word of police, but not police as an individual topic. So for our understanding, it is very simple that criminal law and service law are two areas where police can be listed as a subtopic. Now, the second thing over here is it does not matter that which one do you select. If you click on the criminal law police sub-entry or you click on the service law police sub-entry, the results would be exactly the same.
Let me just show them. I click on the go button after selecting police
Clicking
under
on police,
criminal
right?
law.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is. So what we're trying to tell you over here is that it is not important to go as per the hierarchy that we have shown you, the topic tree that we are showing you. It's for your understanding, and the results will look the same. Now, if you see, we're around 7 lakh results.
7 lakhs.
Sana, just please go back. I wanted to show something else before we jumped over here. Um, Search for the same thing again. Now, this is something which will help a lot of members. The next thing that we're going to talk about. Select the police again from anywhere. Just select from criminal law itself. It's easier. And now just look at the bottom option. It says search everywhere. Okay, search everywhere, search in digest notes, and search in headings. Now, search in headings, it simply means that it will search for this, this particular word that you're looking for, as per the, wherever this particular word is coming as a heading. So it will be the principal heading, and then it'll only give it to you. No other, it will not search for a particular word, but as a heading. So we'll leave this one. We'll talk about the other two. That is search in digest notes and search everywhere. Now, Mr. Rana was talking about head notes, the digest notes, the law points. Now, how does the head note helps? See, whenever we searching for a particular topic, there is so much of information coming your way that there can be 100 judgments, there can be 200 judgments. You have to read the judgments before coming to a conclusion which judgment is relevant to you. That's the time when head note will play its vital role in your research. And how do we do that? Let's have a look. So it says search everywhere, search in digest notes. I would prefer you click on search in digest notes to, in case you want to get your results faster and more, authoritative in terms of Supreme Court head notes. So click on search in digest note and start search. Now it's gonna give me only the head notes of Supreme Court of India judgments, not all the courts. Now if you see, it says 9,138. And if you click on the plus sign of digest notes, it says only Supreme Court. Now, when you see the third column, it says criminal law, criminal procedure code, section 155 to 159, talking about authority that may investigate and role of court, police, and this is something being written over here. Can you scroll the third column down, Mr. Rana? Now, if you see this is the head note. This is only a point of law on this point of law. What was discussed in the case is been given over here. And it says the last line, if you see the last paragraph and the last line, you see it says para 8 and para 9. That means the entire thing that we just read was has been discussed or has been made brief out of para 8 and para 9. And then it says the party name and this and that. If this point does not make sense to you, this is a case of State of Kerala versus PB Surabham. Now let's go to the second head note. You would notice it's a different case. It says Union of India versus Jagjit Singh. Now over here it says Section 7, the District Superintendent of Police in sub rule number 2 of Rule 16 1 of the Punjab Police Rules, and held, and the judgment part comes over here. If this is not irrelevant, please, Mr. Rana, can you click the fourth option, that is the service law? You can see the first three are about criminal law. The fourth one is a service law. So now this talks about dismissal of sub-inspector of police by SP on inquiry conducted by Deputy Superintendent of Police. Now, depending on what you're looking for, you can first see the topic tree. Now, if you see the next one, it says it's about Evidence Act. Mr. Rana, please click on that. Now this talk about the meaning, this talk about the police, but relation to the Evidence Act. Now it says does not include those merely invested with police powers. As per majority, what was the opinion on this point is given over here. Now within, I think, less than 2 minutes, we have gone through 5 judgments. If you pay attention closely, we have gone through not 5 head notes, we have gone through 5 judgments on the point that we have been searching for. And in case that, let's suppose this is the one that is relevant to me. Mr. Rana, please scroll down at the end. After reading the entire head note, this comes handy to me and I think, okay, this is something I want to see. I can simply click on the citation, or in this case, the party name. Click on that, please. And the full judgment will open into a different window. So what we're trying to say is that you read the head note, whatever makes sense, then you read the judgment. Otherwise, you can simply skip to the next head note. Now, please close this. Now, this is only the Supreme Court judgment. Please go back to the topic guide, Mr. Rana. Now we're going to see the next search, that is search everywhere. Mr. Raina had made the statement in the starting when we came to topic guide that it is similar to the search. Mr. Raina, please do the search, the same search. It is similar to the word search. Now, but right now what we saw, it is not similar because it is only giving me Supreme Court head notes. How can we get the similar search? We go for this time search everywhere. We had 9,138 results earlier, please search, which were only coming from Supreme Court head notes. Now the results obviously would be more. Now there are 7 lakh results. And please click on the digest notes. You would notice the Supreme Court 9,138 head notes are still there. But now because it is giving you head notes of high courts, privy council, federal court and other places, foreign cases, international courts, the number has increased. But the only difference between the two searches, search in digest notes and search everywhere, is search in digest notes is very, very specific that you want to see only the head notes and only from the apex court of India. And the everywhere will give you more information like what you've been seeing in the word search. And over here, obviously, the only feature does work. So if you only want to restrict your searches to only Supreme Court digest notes, that will also prevail. So this is the whole point of having a topic guide. It's a guided tour of individual topics. Over to you, Mr. Anna.
Thank you, Chetan. So that was the topic guide we were seeing. And apart from that, we have this words and phrases option. In the words and phrases, what you get to see is the definitions of any legal word or a phrase, and which has been defined in the statutory law. It has been defined in the Indian case law, or maybe in the Wharton dictionary. So I'll just simply pick this bail as a word that I want the definition on. And as you can see on the screen, you are able to view the definition from the statutory law. Not only that, it will also show you the definition which has been picked from this Vaman Narayan Ghia versus State of Rajasthan case law. And maybe there is more than one. Yes, we have another one that is from Deepak Subhash Chandra Mehta versus CBI, right? And a square bracket with the WHART denotes that this is a Wharton UK dictionary definition also, which has been incorporated in the words and phrases segment section. Coming back to the dashboard, the other options that we have over here, and the most frequently used and one of my favorites is the find by party name. So in find by party name, you have the party name over here, which is you need to enter. The first thing is the jurisdiction. So you'll have to select the jurisdiction. If you're not sure about that, you can select all jurisdiction. But if you are specific, you can select either a Supreme Court or a High Court. Once you are done with that, you can type the party name over here. So if you have a very common kind of a name, maybe Gopal Singh or something like that, it will give you huge results, right? And then it will be very cumbersome for me to look out for the one I'm looking for. So in that case, what you can do is you can simply type the other party appellant name also right here, and that too without any verses or v dot in between. So let me, if I'm looking for one judgment on Gopalan versus State of Madras, so I'll type the other party name, that is Madras here, and in between no space, no verses or v dot, only a space, single space, and I'll click on find case. This way it will show me the give me the unique citation over here, and then on the bottom, then I'll double click on the citation. Clicking on this will take me to the judgment portion. Now, apart from the judgment, as you are already aware, we have the digest notes. So these are all digest notes from this judgment only. And in the second column, the middle column, you can see the party name, the citation, the judgment date, as well as couple of labels. J, which stands for judgment, full text, and 6, that is the quorum strength, right? Bench strength. Second is a digest note. So D denotes that, and 6 is a quorum strength. Now remember, in this court of law, and usually what happens, few of the law points get overruled. not the entire judgment. So we should not outrightly say that this particular judgment has been overruled. Only a few of the select law points are overruled, and the rest of the judgment is still or the law points still hold good, right? So in this case also, if I want to know what all law points have been overruled, I can simply quickly use this method of search within search and type overruled over here and start the search. So the software will automatically filter out all the overruled law points for me, and there will be an additional label now, as you can see in the results list. That's in the form of a red circle, denoting that this particular law point has been overruled. And if you see this first digest note, which is on provision conjunctive or disjunctive, Article 227, 22(7) of Constitution. Here on the bottom footnote, it's mentioned that it has been overruled in this case, Sambhuna Sarkar versus State of West Bengal, and again held overruled in another one. So you get to know in which case law this law point has been overruled. Similarly, if you see the law point over here, the first one was on provision conjunctive or distinctive. So the second one is on speeches made in course of debate. Then Article 19(1), right to movement. When I open this, you see the opinion of Chief Justice, former Chief Justice Kania, CJ Kania, and then Justice Mukherjee's opinion on this law point, Justice Das's opinion on this law point, and Justice Fazal Ali's opinion on this law point, and Justice Patanjali Sastry. So out of 6, 5 judges have given their opinion on this section 19, Article 19(1). And again, in a similar fashion, when you scroll down, it also shows me in which particular judgments it has been, this law point has been overruled. Now, this is a 1950 judgment, and I want to see how was it cited? How was it referred in other judgments, maybe falling in similar line of law? For that purpose, what I'll do is I'll click on this case reference icon, that is the third icon in the third column. A single click will take me, it'll give me the judgments where this judgment of 1950 has been cited. Right now, you can see 375 in all. And if I, click on this, go to next highlight, it will jump to that particular line where this citation is appearing, A.K. Gopal's, right? Similarly, you will find this one also appearing in 1955 judgment. If I scroll down, 1955, 1965, Article 21. If I see this Prevention of Corruption Act, and on the bottom it says A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras has been followed. So whether it has been followed up or distinguished or relied upon or merely cited or referred to, all the treatments that have been made to this judgment vis-a-vis the other one are all mentioned here by the editorial. This is the extra editorial work that you will find in all these digest notes over here. Coming back to the dashboard, there is another way of finding famous case names. So there is another section available to you, that is searching by famous case names. So these are the cases which are made famous by the media. So let's say like Sabarimala or Triple Talaq or Ayodhya or BMW hit and run case. You'll simply type the famous case name over here. It will give you the suggestion the moment you start typing. So yes, women entry in Sabarimala, I click on the find case, and on the bottom, it will decode, the software will decode and give me the actual citation or the party name, and I can then access it. So that is the second method of finding my famous case names. Moving on to the dashboard, the next option that we have is find by citation. Now in find by citation, what you can do, you can enter the citation format. But of course, if I have a citation from, say, AIR, we have a tie-up with ILR, 8-9 states. Then we have Maharashtra Law Journal, MP Law Journal, DRJ for Delhi, and so many other regional, publishers we have tied up with. So there we provide the true print also. I'll discuss about that also soon. Now here, if I have a AIR citation with whom we don't have a tie-up, you can still search for that. So you type AIR and it gives me all the formats. I want the Supreme Court one. And here I'll type the year and the page number index comes in. I click on the get citation. Obviously, I'll be able to view that judgment, which has a citation of SCC though on top, as you can see. But if I go to the head note, and scroll down to the bottom and you will see these equivalent citations. So you have AIR 2019 also, holiday cases, CUTLT criminology also. So if you had any of these among these four additional equivalent citations, you would have still reached here. Right. And again, the editorial input distinguished in so and so judgment and relied on in so and so judgment. So you get to see that also. Not only that, we have also incorporated, in some landmark judgments, select few, the summary of arguments. So I'll just show you one here, which is a 1993 judgment, and it's Supreme Court advocates Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association versus Union of India with SP Gupta versus Union of India. It's on the recruitment and transfer of Honorable High Court judges. As you can see over here, the judges bench strength is 9. Out of 9, 4 are in bold, hyperlinked, and the rest are in normal font. So this denotes that these judges have penned this judgment. They are the authors of this judgment. And number 2, if I want to read the opinion of Justice Verma straight away, I can click on his name and it will jump to that particular para from where his judgment starts. Clicking on his name will take me back to the top of the page. And further, you will see the head notes here to begin with. And those head notes have this Constitution of India and the articles hyperlinked. So if I want to read the article here itself, I can click on that, say, let's for example, in this case, Article 32, it'll open it a new window. I'll read it, I'll close it, and I'm back to the judgment. Now, this is all digest notes that you are seeing right now, scheme of head notes, the pairing, and then it starts with one by one, all of them. Followed by that, what you see is these para numbers, 432 as well as 433 and so on and so forth. And at times, maybe a couple of them. So these are actually the judgment paras of whose gist or summary we have prepared over here. And if you want to switch over to the judgment and read the entire paragraph, you can click on this para number and it will take you there. So this we have done throughout this, these head notes that we have, the digest notes have on top, and followed by that, the judgment doesn't start. I'll just show you. One will scroll down, we'll come to see this, these highlighted, area or portions over here, which is in the form of a summary of argument, which happened between the two parties in the court of action. And not only that, when it goes, it will again go for few hundred pages, and then the actual judgment starts. So you can imagine this judgment starts from page number 504. So what all you are getting up to 503 is all editorial input, all extra effort or work done by our editorial, and then the judgment starts from it. Now let's move back to the dashboard, and let me show you this act find case law by section. Now at times you have the act and section on the basis of which you want the judgments to retrieve. So you should enter the principal act over here. Let's say in this case Contract Act. And the moment I expand it, it shows me the section list. Entire section list is available. Now from here, I'll select the one I want to see the judgments on. Let's say section 17 over here, and I click on go button, and it will automatically display the digest notes. It will display the what you call the judgments of Supreme Court, High Court, Tribunal, etc. All of them on section 17. Now, what if I have more than one act and section? What to do in that particular scenario? Because here it will allow me to only select one section and one act at a time. So for that, we'll go back to the word search. And in the word search, suppose I am giving you an example of say Penal Code, section 420, and Negotiable Instrument Act, section 138. Okay, so I have typed the section and only part of the act here, not the entire act. And in between, because I want to search them in a nearby vicinity, I want to search them together, sort of. So I'll use the near operator over here. and that too in capital letters, as you can see. And now I'll tell you what this near will do. This near operator will search for these two correlating words in, say, a range of 5 words, 10 words, of 20 words. It depends on your selection. If you scroll down, it says Boolean settings. Near means what? A range of words, 10, 20, or maybe less than 10. Default setting is 10. So the benefits are, after before this section number, I'm not putting any S dot or a SCC dot or a section dot, because every publisher has its own nomenclature, different way they print. Since these two are talking to each other, so obviously they will be talking about section only here. So I have done away with that and just entered this near operator in between these words, and then let's start the search. So it will search for them in nearby vicinity, or you can say they are part of a sentence, forming part of a sentence. So it is also known as a proximity search. And in this case, as you can see, the first digest note over here, criminal procedure code, is being mentioned, discussed section 138 and 420 also. Now, similarly, this near operator apart, we also have other operators like or and not also. So or is used when you have similar kinds of words to search simultaneously, or synonyms to be searched simultaneously. For that purpose, you will use the or operator. So if I'm looking for, say, judgments on cancellation of appointment for the employees who are either temporary, ad hoc, or casual, these are all similar categories, but different names given. So what I'll do is I'll type first, let's talk about cancellation of appointment. So I'll narrow down it like this: cancellation as well as appointment. In between, I'll put the near operator so that they are searched together nearby. Let's start the search. Now in the search, within search results, if you remember, we'll just enter the other part. That is, I'm looking for which employees, either temporary, I'll type temporary, or casual, or ad hoc. Now in between, what I'll do is I'll use this or operator. So what will happen here is that it will search for either of these. Getting my point? Ad hoc being a phrase, I'll put it in double inverted commas. So something like this I have typed with the capital or in between. So it will search for either of these types. And let's start the search. What if I had not put the or operator in between? It would have given me only those judgments where all the three types are discussed in a judgment, in a single document. So that would mean I will be devoid of those judgments where either of these are discussed, maybe ad hoc only, or maybe temporary only. But with or I am able to get all those. I'm not missing out on anything. So that is the function or use of or operator. Similarly, we have another one more operator over here, that is not operator. And that is used when you don't want any particular topic to be included in the results. You want to keep that out of the result list. So suppose I am looking for judgments on murder, let's say, but I don't want the cases where they have used any weapon like, say, knife or maybe gun. I can use more than one operator over here. So what it will do is, it will give me judgments on murder, but it will leave out the ones which happened because of the weapons like knife or gun, the rest of them. So that is how the not operator functions. These you can use them as per your requirement. Now coming back to the result list of the same search, let's move on and pull out the Supreme Court judgments. And in the Supreme Court judgments, while we are seeing these, you can see this 2016 judgment of Supreme Court doesn't have any head note over here. digest note, it's a small, simple order, one page order. And therefore I can manually highlight it and use the manual option of Control C, Control V. Very simple. It will copy the judgment for me. But if I have a, a, a judgment which is like comprising of the head notes also, like in this case, it starts with the head notes and all. Its citation is not SCC Online, it's Supreme Court cases. That's another one more indicator. So it's printed already in the journal, and you can't do the manual copying here. That is not activated here. So what I can do is here, I cannot copy the digest notes, but yes, I can copy the judgment portion. So I'll just go to the judgment part, and as you can see here, every para has this notepad icon before it. So if I click on that, I double click on that. So it will simply extract that for me in a new window. That's very simple. One para if I want. If I want more than one para, I need to click once. A green tick appears on these icons, and you can select multiple paras like this, of which you want to, copy, make a copy and paste it in your, say, draft. You're preparing your own case matter. So after selection, you will click on this smart copy icon, the fourth icon on top. A single click will now open the new window. I can mail it to myself. I can mail it to my associate. I can copy it in entirety, paste it in the Word editor. I can also copy a portion of it here. It's manually activated. You can use the Control C and Control V option over here. So that is the copy paste feature over here. The rest of them, many options are self-explanatory. I'll quickly move on, like saving this judgment, mailing this judgment. But yes, of course, when I come to the print, I can see there are 3 types of prints. Now coming to the true print, which we told in the data coverage in the beginning, what this true print is all about. Whether it is a SCC journal or the ones with whom we have a proper tie-up, we have the copyright. So we are giving you the exact photocopy ditto of the print journal that you have in your library. So if you take a photocopy from the print journal, or you take a printout from SCC, it's ditto and acceptable in the court of law. So here you will see the same pagination 360 it starts with. It will have same bold highlighting thing, which you will find in the print journal, and the rest of the things follow like that, right? Whereas in non-true print, it will be a computer generated print. It will not have the same pagination, paragraphing, bold, highlight, etc. Okay. Then coming to the font size for viewing purpose, you can increase, decrease. You can generate a link of this particular digest note or judgment, copy, and you can then share it with your associates. Copy paste feature we are already through with. Now there is one more feature which is very interesting. That is, I want to save. Of course, I can save this document, but I don't want only. I don't want to save only one document. I want to save more than one document or different type of documents, though on a similar subject. Like we are now into this query of murder. So let's say all the results fall under that category only. Now let me just open. I'll click on this icon, add to my SCC Online folder, right? The second icon in the third column. The moment I do that, it will prompt me to change the folder. I'll change the folder. By default setting, it is my folder, right? Now after that, you'll click on new folder. A new folder will get created. Now once the folder gets created, it will also prompt me to enter a name to it. So I'll just enter the name of your college, right? Once I do that, I press enter. It gets created and named. Then I select this folder. Once that is selected, I click on OK button, and this document goes into that created folder. Right. Similarly, I take another judgment, let's say 2017. Open this, click on this, add to my SCC Online folder, and the second also document goes in. Right. Now let us move back to the first column, all results, and pick one article from here. Right. So I'll just select first the journal. Once the journal is open, I'll click on add to my SCC Online folder and I click on OK. So similarly, I can have an bill or maybe notification on the same topics. So all different types of documents have been stored in that folder, and that folder is saved on the server, on the SCC Online server. But the right to access is with you only, because with your ID you have logged in, so it will be accessible only to you and only you. Right now, I want to retrieve it. So adjacent to the dashboard, there is an icon by the name My SCC Online. Now in My SCC Online, you will select My Folders and View Folders. The moment you click on View Folders, what happens is that it will show me all the folders that I have created in the first column. And the latest one that I had created is already pre-selected. The documents attached to it are shown in the result list. I'll just simply select all the documents. Select for what? I want to prepare a case compilation. Let's say, for example, I have a moot court. And on the topic, on the subject, I want these documents to be presented in the court. Or later on in profession also, you can use this case compilation feature. Once I select these, what I'll do with these selected documents, adjacent to the result is there is an action icon button. And over here, if you see the last option, that is create case compilation, I'll click on that. The moment I click on that, a new pop-up comes in and it shows me the title, of course, the article and the judgments. Now I want this article to be sequenced on bottom. I'll simply use the buttons over here on the right hand side, move to bottom. So it is adjusted accordingly. After that, I'll click on the create button. Now, once I do that, and while we are talking, believe me, in the background, the software is preparing the case compilation for me. And in a moment, I mean, it's less than a minute that it has been already done. Whereas if you do this manually, first you will have to prepare in your Microsoft Word editor or something like that, this table of contents, then put the pages, count the pages, then accordingly the pagination you have to label and do it manually on each document, on each page. Here it is being done internally automatically by the software. So you get to see the title, you get to see the page number 1, first document, 2 to 4, the another one, and from 5 to 17, third one, right? And these table of contents are editable. You can put your notes over here. You can make it bold, italic, or insert a line or something like that. Not only that, you can also insert your, say, for example, if you're preparing for the moot court, intra moot court or something like that, you can put your college logo also over here. So what you need to do is you just go to this logo. I am SCC logo. I am showing you. What you'll do, you'll click on this copy image address, because it will pick the URL. So once I do that, I'll just simply paste it. And of course, the size is larger. So I'll just simply reduce it to say, let's say 250 and click on OK. So what will happen over here is that gets embedded over here. Once the changes are done, you click on save. And those changes get saved permanently. Moving on to the next section, that is the documents segment over here, pages 1 to 17. I click on and the documents are displayed, and pagination is done in square box top. As you can see, page number 1, the first document, these are all in continuation, and from 2 to 4, the next one, and immediately after 4, the 5th one starts. So you don't have to do anything. You'll have to simply click on these 2 download arrows to download these table of contents as well as the document, and then give a print. And then you can file it and present it to court. So that is the case compilation for you. Let's move back to the dashboard. Let's come to the next segment over here. That is My Library. In the My Library, you have various topics over here. Let's talk about this browse curated topics. Now, this is a work done by our editorial in the last 1.5 years during the pandemic. And under the constitutional law, there are so many topics like constitutional law, public law, corporate, commercial, intellectual property, arbitration, taxation, etc. So these topics are there. And if I click on any one of these topics over here, let's say environment law, what happens over here is that it will show me the titles under this environment law, whether it is noise, pollution, hazardous waste management, or biological diversity, climate change. These kind of topics are there. And if I click on, say, for example, biological diversity, you see statutory law, rules, notifications, case law, treaties, etc., policies, articles, etc. Now, if I do a search from word search, if you remember, biological diversity or environment law, So there also I'll get to see the statutory law, the rules, regulations. So what is so special about this? Speciality about this is that this all has been sorted, handpicked, filtered, and kept over here by the editorial, and all the information is not scattered. It's at one place. So let me show you the statutory law. The Principal Act, Biological Diversity is there. You have Compensatory Afforestation Funds Act also. You have Wildlife Protection Act also. You have some state acts also. So all of them are related to the principal topic over here. That's why they are kept from, pulled out from different sources and kept out at one place. Similarly, the rules and regulations from not only the diversity, but from the River Ganga, National Tiger Conservation, etc. Those are also placed. And if you see the case law also, there will be very few select. Not maybe there will be at least 500 or 1000 case laws, or maybe even more if we talk about the entire jurisdiction. But here you will find only a handful of them. And if you click on any one of them, which is on coastal areas, coastal regulation zone, etc. And on the bottom, you will find the citation also if you want to read the entire full judgment over it. So everything is handpicked by our editorial, sorted and handpicked and selected and then put here at one place. So it's kind of a quick referencer that you have in the form of curated topics. Browsing the law reports, whether it is AIR or All India cases or any other journals that we have, those are all listed here. And you have the year wise, volume wise, page wise. You can retrieve them, click and view kind of thing. Same goes the case with browse judgments by court, where you can browse Supreme Court, High Court and tribunals on the basis of year wise, month wise and date wise. So I'll just quickly move to the next option over here, which is browse acts and rules. Now in browse acts and rules, what you have is the entire Constitution of India, the central acts, the state acts, and as well as the notifications. But in the central acts, our editorial has done some extra work over here. If we talk about, say, let's say Contract Act, in the Contract Act, the entire Bear Act will be now displayed on your screen. As you can see, while I read the Bear Act, it will also show me the highlighted lines, blue color. Yes, you can see here, scrolling down a little bit on gift and void contract also. These are all additional inputs being kept over here by our editorial. So under this act and section, the topic gift, the most important one citation that our editorial feels is Shakunda versus state of Haryana. And it's hyperlinked. You can open this. And these lines define gift over here, and they are also picked up from the same judgment. Same goes the case with void contract. And not only that, you will find that at regular intervals, we have put these commentaries along with the most important citation on that topic within the entire central acts. So this is something additional extra input from the editorial. Coming to the articles, as I was talking about the leading national law universities or the leading publishers, their articles are kept over here, and you can simply scroll through the index. That's one way, but usually you will have a topic in mind. So what you can do is you can simply type the topic, filter the topic over here, like say insolvency or maybe on hate speech. I was reading one recently. So what you can do is once you filter, it will give you the ones on top on that particular topic, like legal law journal. Then you have administrative law quarterly. You have Journal of Indian Law and Society. You have one from NUJS, National University of Juridical Sciences. So all that is available to you in these under these articles. Then similarly, you have, apart from this, the Tagore Law Lectures, the entire series from 1872 till 1942, then collected essays, reports, and some features of the microblogging site, which I'll tell you later. But inside the software also, you can access some of the topics over here. Now, coming back to the dashboard, let's move to the next option, which is secondary materials. Now, what all we have in secondary materials: bills in parliament, constitutional documents, historical trials, policy documents, etc. Now, in bills and parliaments, you would find the bills introduced as well as passed in both the houses. Those are kept here. Then in the constitutional documents, we have the entire Constituent Assembly debate from volume 1 to 12 totally, as well as we have the index also. So this index will give you, the comparison table between the draft article as well as the final constitution when it was framed. So this comparison type table is available to you vice versa, draft to article, article to draft. So what was the para number in that particular draft might be a different para in the final shape or in the final constitution. So that for studies purpose that can be also, seen over here. Then coming to the historical trials, the entire pre-independence ones are kept over here. Policy documents from various ministries, departments, advertisement, agriculture, etc. You can see that. And moving on to the last one, that is the reports of commissions and committees. You will find the reports of various commissions and committees, including the law commission reports, pre-independence, as well as the current ones. And if I click on the current ones, you can see from 1956 till it goes to the last one was the year 2018 and report number 277. So all this is available to you here in the secondary material. Treaties which we have with bilateral, multilateral with other countries, those are also listed over there. Let me move on to the next important feature, that is moot court resources. Now in moot court resources, you will get to see the problem as well as the appellant respondent where their proposition was there. Like in this case, MET, the problem is there. Then the winning team memorial as well as the for the appellant as well as the respondent is available. So this will help you in your preparation for the moot courts. And all this information is not open and available in the public domain or open in anywhere. We have to get it from the respective universities and colleges. So wherever they are, organizing these moot courts, we have sponsored them also. So we are getting this data from them. Again, a very useful repository for the students. And coming to the last links option, as the name suggests, it will give you access to the external websites. Some foreign material we have. If a subscription is there, it will open that for you here. SCC Online blog is a microblogging site. And this site, which has huge information within it. The case briefs are the ones from maybe the Supreme Court, High Court, or tribunal, etc. And suppose at any point of time you want a very latest judgment, which was just yesterday, that was passed or given. And on the SCC, it is taking a few more hours. I'm not able to access that. So if you're not able to access, first place to search for will be the microblogging site. So let me just click on the Supreme Court and let's see. It says no conviction under section 364 of IPC if cannot treat victim in a good manner. Supreme Court of India. And if you can see, I'll scroll down. It says July 1. Here we are at 3rd. So you get recent ones over here. Maybe same day also you will get to see at times. I mean, the very same day it's uploaded, and this is all done by our editorial. As you can see over here, the title, then what all has been the gist of that. And of course, these highlighted lines are the ones that are being picked from the original judgment only, as you can see. And on the bottom, it shows me the party name along with the criminal appeal number or writ petition, whatever it is, civil appeal, etc., and the date of the judgment also. So you get to get these latest case briefs over here. Then there is experts corner. You get to read, legal topics from various personalities of repute as far as the legal profession is concerned. Then editorial opinion, we have various articles available to you under this segment. News related to law, whether it's appointments, transfers, treaties, conventions, etc. Legislation related also, we have statutes, bills, cabinet decisions, rules, regulations, etc. Then coming to the law school news, which is again very important for you. I think it will give you related to moot court announcements, moot court debates, competitions, achievements, etc. call for papers is also available over here. So all this segment is also a very interesting read. Then law made easy. You see these titles over here, and they are prepared by the editorial in a very simple language manner, so that it can be understood by most of the people. Know Thy Judge will give you the details of the judge, that is his career history, most important landmark judgment he has given in his career. All those are also available. So that is the microblogging site. And not only that, if you want to have a flavor of your own regional language or mother tongue, you can type that. You can select that also here. The Google Translator will do that for you. The moment I choose that, let's say Kannada, and you can now read the entire stuff in your regional language. That's possible in the this blog site. Coming back to the software, I think I am done with the demo, and I'm now open to the questions and answers. So any other participants can just unmute and ask the query.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So are you updating Bear Act regularly?
Yes, sir. Bear Acts are also updated regularly, so you can get to see the amendments also.
Okay.
Hello,
Thank you.
sir.
Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Dr. Anil Kumar Havalda, principal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When it comes to the reference to the footnotes, as you
Yes, sir.
said, you are linked with the AIR, all those other Supreme Court cases and all those things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For example, if I take a case from the labor law, that is LLJ, Labor Law Journal,
Okay.
do you have that reference under the Supreme Court cases online?
See, sir, there are, yes, I'll just show you. If you go to this citation, let me go to the find by citation section. Over here, as you can see, not only SCC, there are around 200 citations that are kept over here. Over here, you can see the entire list is there. So in that, if you see, there is labor law journal also, labor industrial cases also, labor law notes also. So you can select these and fill in the format, and it will give you judgments on that.
Fine, fine. Okay. When I take a labor law judgment,
Yes, sir.
originally for example, page number 50.
Okay, sir.
Original report. Okay. When I refer this Supreme Court cases online, will that be the page number 50 only, or it differs? How? Because I have to refer this as a footnote. Should we refer as a footnote Supreme Court online cases only, or labor law journal only? It is not only for labor law, it is for even for all the cases when it comes to the footnote reference.
Sir, footnote, what all we have in the footnote reference that we have, like as you are saying, like page number 50, as such, it will be defined as. But the equivalent citation, so to say, you are talking about an equivalent citation over here, right? If I'm
No,
not
no. Try to understand. No. Try to understand, sir. When I was searching through SCC Online, okay, and I want to see the labor law judgment originally reported in the labor law judgment, page number 50. Now, I want to make this one as a reference in a footnotes in my research article or a thesis. In a footnote, should I mention the labor law journal so and so year page 50 or SCC Online page number?
See, though it is printed in SCC, it's published in SCC, but we have incorporated or put the equivalent citation of, say, labor law journal, right? So in their thesis as such, what all will be the actual source? That means in this case SCC, you should put the SCC citation over here. Of course, you can also mention the equivalent citation of LLJ with page number 50.
This is what I wanted to, because
Yes, sir.
in a
Yes, sir.
research article and thesis, we need to perfect in the footnotes.
Yes, sir. I do understand what you are saying. It should be very much accurate. So there you should put the SCC journal citation, and of course you can also put one along with that. That is the label or citation, also equivalent citation, as we have shown in the format. But yes, of course, the origination will be from SCC.
Last
Original.
question.
Yes, sir.
Don't mind.
Yeah, no, sir. Welcome.
We have Supreme Court cases, I mean, prescribed for our college, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
One IP, how many students on campus can access?
Sir, depending on the type of users you have, subscribed to. If I'm not wrong, I think you have simultaneously 20 users kind of license. I'm not 100% sure. And it depends. I mean, at times there are colleges where it is 50 or 100 user, and some have even unlimited, depending on the enrollment and requirement.
Okay, based on that, you allow the access on campus.
Correct.
And one
Yes,
IP,
sir. Yes,
isn't it? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes.
Thank
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Excuse me, sir, this is Satish Anikhendi, Assistant Professor. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
When an amendment act or a new act has been enacted, sometimes the date when it comes into force is different for different provisions. Now, some provisions have not been brought into force. So when I am searching a particular act, how would I come to know on SCC Online that few provisions are brought into force, few have not been brought into force? This is one thing. In the same way, if something has been brought into force, can I, on this website of yours, can I get to see on which date, which notification it has been brought into force?
That is available here in SCC. What all has been in force, or as you can see over here, whether we talk about the acts, let's say any act, if there are any amendments to it.
For example, can you please go to Consumer Protection Act 2019?
Okay. This is the principal act that we have over there.
Yes. So now all of the sections may not have been brought into force as of today. Similarly, the rules which are framed thereunder, all the rules may not have been brought into force. So my question is, can I get that information here if they have been brought into force or not?
No, I mean, not brought into. You only get the amendments over here. What all amendments will be there, but you don't get the something like that. Whether it is in by default, what all is kept obviously is in force, but not in force. That is not put over here.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Namaste, sir. I have a question,
Yes.
and it is a very particular example, which what I would like to give, and it is regarding the citation that we give, which is I hope I understood that it is definitely in line with the Blue Book citations, which we have.
Yes.
So, in that case, for example, if I am searching for a judgment which I read through the news, saying that Delhi High Court directed the Delhi government by that they should be having a control on the MRP for oxygen concentrators. If we have this kind of a judgment, and it is appearing only in the news, so there is no reference whatsoever naturally in the news about which judgment was given. So how do I pick on that, search it here in the SCC Online, and get the equivalent citation for that?
Sure. For that, what you need to do is you need to go to the word search only. And in the word search, you will be entering what all the topic is, the principal topic is, whether it is MRP And then you said, say, oxygen concentrators. I'm just giving for example. I mean, I'm not sure whether it will pull out the one or not, but then this is the method which you will be using. So the near operator will also cater to, you know, searching them nearby. And once I get the results, which comprises of all the databases. So that could be, let me give you any other example, like we are talking about, say, locus standi of a third party. Let's for the sake of and third party, let's say, I sorry, put on that just 1 second. I have these two phrases. I'll put them in double inverted commas. I'll of course use the near operator in between. And once I get the results, say for example, in this case, it will show me the entire databases, that is Supreme Court, High Courts, tribunals as well. And let's suppose we are looking for a specific court over here. Let's say I expand the judgments. I go to the High Court, and let's pick Delhi High Court. So this is how I'll narrow down and zero in on my particular query without having the party name or a citation, but only the topic. I hope
Raina
that
sir,
answers-
Raina
yeah.
sir, to support you. Vinita madam, to support what Raina sir said, your question, suppose if that matter appeared in the newspaper, which is of a recent judgment, I hope that unless and until that is reported, SCC will not get that report, what is appeared in the newspaper. But when it comes to the,
Yes.
when it comes to the citing as a footnote, you can mention that newspaper. No need to get the original unless and until they reported. See, SCC will get the report only when it is reported. And
When it
Vinita
is
madam is
reported.
saying that recent case, when it is not yet reported, they might newspaper might deliver tomorrow only, immediately. But on SCC will get only when it is that is official reported.
That is official reported, but what all?
For
Yes, sir,
that
I
moment,
absolutely agree.
For that moment, as a student, if you want to refer that one, we can mention in the footnote which newspaper, which edition, which publisher that you have to mention. That is sufficient as a reference.
So for that, on that micro level, it will be difficult. For that, we have to this tool where these are the ones which are not reported as such. These are the the summarizations or the case briefs that we have over here are of which are yet to be reported. But our editorial has done some kind of a work over here, so you can you can get you can search and get them here itself maybe. But yes, of course, not only reported, we also go for the non-reportable judgments also are available. Orders are also available under SCC. But yes, if it is very, very recent, the only way if we can find it is in the form of a blog only. In that case.
Yes, sir. I think that answers because it is very latest news that I wanted to search.
People have to try it on blog, ma'am, in that case.
Yes. And if I come back to this particular page, and if I want to have this quoted in the citation, there was a particular option which you showed that how are we able to cite this in the blue book format? How do we do that?
What your query is, I think you want to know that this particular case law where it has been cited or referred to.
No, if I want to cite this in my research paper, then how do I make a reference of this? So without really putting in a lot of time doing the research about, because that presentation itself is around 25, 30 pages or even more. So when I have this possibility of having the Blue Book citation on SCC platform, how do I utilize it?
Yeah, you can simply, if you want this, say for example, this particular judgment is in front of you, you can use this icon over here, copy party name and citation to the clipboard. The single click will take you, pick this citation and the party name over here of this particular judgment. And in what all you are preparing for in the footnote, you can paste it over there.
Okay, thank you.
Come on.
And don't forget, Vinita, when you refer in this as a online, you have to mention in the footnote that the date of visit. You must not forget to mention that.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Date
recollect
of
that.
access. Yeah, date of
Date of
access is important
sir.
because every time it is not same. It might change. But when you
It
enter
can,
that
yes, sir, yes, sir.
access, that date of access, you must not forget.
Yes, sir,
True, sir.
absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
A change or amendment or some additional.
You know, it's all we're all of the same thing. You are also have explained the good thing. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, especially for the researchers. Okay,
Yes.
but the important thing in research, see, if reference is not correctly mentioned in the footnote, this is not going to be considered as a good research.
Yes, sir.
Always
Exactly,
the
sir.
reference should be accurately, which I'm more particular about the footnotes.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah. Yes, over to you, sir. If any students want to ask the question, stuff we can
Yes,
ask.
sir. Yes, sir. Students, so if you have any queries, kindly unmute and ask.
Or even staff member can also ask.
Yes, sir.
Those pursuing the PhD. Yajurvedi sir, Riker madam.
Raina sir,
Yes.
yeah,
Go ahead.
while in your presentation you've shown that if one of the judgments of the Supreme Court is overruled
Yes, sir.
and it is in the search clearly shown with the highlight who all are the judges who have rendered or written the judgment,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and you get their opinions there also in the following, and at the end you have shown that this point is overruled in which case. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, below to that you have also shown in another case. What is the difference between those two cases that you have shown there?
Okay. While in the overruled part, you're saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the judgment in which it has been overruled, in which it has been overruled is mentioned there in the footnote itself, right?
Correct.
Okay, so below that, what all if it has been overruled by one particular judgment on that particular law point is mentioned, and if it is has been held overruled in more than one judgment also, that is all, that too is also mentioned over there.
Whether
I
it
hope.
is mentioned sequentially or how it is?
Sir, it is year wise. I'll just show you. I mean, if it is we have more than one case law which on this law point in which it has been overruled. So it will be chronologically latest first. It will start with, say, suppose 2017, then 2015, then 2010, and so on and so forth. It will be like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
Hello, sir.
yes, sir.
Well, how to search in case that is journal section, sir, based on the name of author or topic wise?
Yes,
you have
yes,
shown.
yes, yes. See, if you have to search on the basis of an author, what you can do is in the word search, you will be able to view on the bottom. If I scroll down, it says search area, entire document, digest notes, party name, and author. If I select author only, and I have the author name over here, I type that author name over here, and so on the basis of that, it will search. Give me author wise. what all I'm requiring or reading for. So this way, author-wise search is available here itself. And as far as the articles are concerned, I am sure you have already seen that segment. We have the leading law review journals are there, and there is a filter option also title wise. If you want any article, you can also search on that basis.
Okay, thank you, sir.
If no more questions,
Okay, sir.
Professor Samina Beg, madam, you can propose the vote of thanks.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Please.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Rajesh, sir.
Good morning.
I have one question. Suppose I want to search for one topic. For example, it is a defection law, anti-defection law. If I want to go for any international convention related to this, if how I have to search, sir?
See what all search you do
Yes, sir.
over here, you
Yes,
get
sir.
to see the results, entire results in the first column, which says all results. Now,
Okay.
depending on the subscription that we have, I think we have in the college only the Indian law, though I have the all databases segment over here. So you can see the foreign cases also, as you can see over here, as well as if there are any international, courts, judgments or orders, those also will get listed over here in the first column itself. And then filtering it out, as you are already aware, you will click on that particular international court, let's say, and you will get to see the, those orders over here. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
I have one question.
Yes.
Concerning the login details. So and the access part of it.
Okay.
So I think principals. I heard that there will be around 15 to 20 licenses or
Simultaneously, yeah.
yes, simultaneous logins.
Correct.
So it was associated with this IP address, but now
Correct.
if one wants to do a research from home, maybe at times which are, because during the day it might not be possible for us to visit the library, then in that case, how does one access it?
Absolutely, ma'am. This is the question of the hour, I would say, because of the pandemic, we are into an hybrid mode. And for that purpose, we have to have the technology like remote access, which is available, which is there in the market. And some colleges have their in-house, facilities of remote access. And I think we already had a small discussion here with the college as far as the remote access is concerned. So we have this MyLoft software with which you can, access. Now the thing is, we can provide a trial right now, but as far as the subscriptions are concerned, I think that is already being discussed. So I'm not sure how far it has gone beyond, but as far as the for the sake of demonstration, I'll just show you one. Over here, what you have is myloft.xyz, that's our software. There you will enter your institute name. For trial basis, we are providing our own institution name like SCC Online. Once you receive an email where you will set your password and your login ID will be already your email ID. After setting the password, this screen will appear. After entering the institute, you will sign in. Once you click on the sign in, it will show you the e-resources on the left hand panel or column. In the e-resources, you will find the databases. And when I click on the databases, not only SCC, if you have any other databases subscribed to, those can also be placed over here. And this is a bridge or a gap which fills in the gap between your college campus and your, say, let's say residence. So thereby, when I click on this database in the login area, it will show me this IP login as if I am on my server. And of course, when you subscribe, of course, it will give you access to your server once the server is on remotely. So this tool will be will be the answer, ma'am. As such.
I think this is something like a VPN connection that you're
Correct,
talking
correct,
about, where we
absolutely.
connect to
Absolutely.
the college.
Yes, yes. Yes.
But because my question was more in general, I think it is always that I will be able to access SCC online as a student or as the
Yes.
faculty of our college only
Yes.
through the IP login, which comes
Correct.
into the package which we will be getting.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So I think so. The questions are over.
Before we
Havaldar,
could
sir?
propose, yeah. Before we
Yes,
could
sir. Yes, sir. I was just waiting for that.
requesting all the participants to on the video. We can have a click for our record, NAC record purpose.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can possibly can on the video, and Samina, when possible, take the click. Then you can propose the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes. So I'll just. I think so. The screenshot, Anand sir is there online. Anand sir.
Raina sir also there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there, sir.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
Sir, to click the screenshot, I will just do that. Yes. Anand sir, please click the screenshot because I'm using the mobile. So if you're using the laptop, anybody who's using the laptop can click the screenshot.
Yes, I've taken it, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So good morning. Good morning, all of you. Yes, sir. Good morning, all of you. Respected principal, sir, respected resource person for today's SSC training online session, Rajesh Rena, sir, and all the faculty members and all the dear students. Today we have gone through this training session, and I would like to thank Rajesh Rena, sir, a lot for this training session because I know the importance of SSC online because as a student, we had no access to such facilities. We had to spend so many hours in the college library to get one AIR case. And secondly, when doing the research during LLM as well as in PhD, we did not have access to, like, you have to spend so many online searching for one single article, but then you are getting this facility of SSC online for students. It's a very excellent opportunity which we all as faculty members, as students, we will utilize, sir. And thank you so much for explaining each and every step so carefully and so patiently, and answering all our queries so patiently, and then explaining everything to us. Because online, having this session, because if it was physical, that was a different case, but online, you have explained everything so nicely. I'm so thankful to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words, and it's my pleasure. And,
Thank you, sir.
attend.
Yes.
You know, be part of this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Program.
Thank you so
And,
much again on behalf of our management. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. On behalf of our management, principal, sir, all the faculty members and all the students, we thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Samina ma'am, and thank you, Havaldar sir and Kulkarni sir, for organizing this training program. And I am sure which will be beneficial to the students in their legal research. As Samina ma'am is rightly saying, a few years back, it was very difficult for the students. So they should, all the students present right now should find themselves fortunate enough, to have
Yes,
these
sir.
tools right now, which are
Yes.
so much of, facilities, ease of
Yes.
life. You are saving a lot of time, and therefore you will be able to focus more on your research and studies. So I'm sure the students will avail these benefits to the maximum.
Yes,
For
sir.
the benefit of their career growth and everything.
Yes, yes, of course, sir.
I once again thank you, all the dignitaries, the distinguished principal sir, dean sir, and the faculties for arranging this meeting.
Yes.
And on behalf of SCC Online and my team, I thank you all. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, sir.
Very
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
we can
sir.
close the meeting now.
Yes, sir. I'll just stop the recording, and in fact, this recording will be also available to you, sir. So I'll share it with the Kulkarni sir, and then whosoever the student has not been able to attend this meeting, this training program, they can avail this recording. Benefit of this, and I'm sure next time around, let's hope that things do get better and we can have a physical visit, and personally we meet all together, and that will be a nice feeling at that point of time. So
We are
thank you
also
so much.
eagerly waiting for that.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye. I'll just stop the recording.